Okay, everybody, you know something? I want to start off with this. You are beautiful. That's the truth. We have a lot of stuff to talk about here, people, on this Wednesday, November 24th, 2021. I want to start off with this. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Are you really, really ready for it? Um, Yesterday, I believe it was, I did a video where in the title I put, "Is Gregory Mannarino a time traveler?" Well, a lot of you kind of got what I was talking about, but some of you uh, are just frankly, well, I guess imbeciles. Let's put a little perspective on that. So there's people out here commenting on this blog who say, "Oh, Craig Mannarino has lost all credibility because he said he was a time traveler." Well, how about this? We are all time travelers. I am 56 years old. I have traveled through 56 years of time. Duh! Duh! Uh, yeah. Let me explain this to you too, in case you don't know. Life experience or experiences in life as you travel through time, from when you're born to whatever age you are right now, uh, allows you, if you have, let's say, a few functioning brain cells, to gain a perspective on how things work. And if you understand the past, you can see the future. So I mean, these kind of people who say things like, "Oh, Greg's lost all credibility," saying he's a time traveler, they are so in the box. They cannot think outside the box. It's impossible for these people. Yes, even they are time travelers. Yeah, they've traveled through X amount of years of time. And I know most of you got what I was talking about, but some people are just, well, they're retarded. What else would you expect? All right, people, look, so let's talk about this market now that I got that whole time travel thing out of the way. Um, let's start off with the market here. So the stock market did really nothing today. The MMRI came down, people. We are back in the green. We're going to talk more about why that happened. It has to do with the Federal Reserve. Yes, it does. Anyway, so like I said, pretty much a flatline day for the market. Nothing crazy going on here. Crude oil, slight loss. Cryptocurrencies under a little pressure. Gold and silver, little gain here today. As I said, MMRI came down. Now, I want you to pay attention to something I'm going to tell you here. I explain to you all the time, and I know you get it, okay, that we go from crisis to crisis to crisis here in the United States. Nothing ever just functions normally. It's always a crisis. Okay. So here's the new crisis that they're about to thrust upon us. So this is a big secret. I want you to keep this really between you and I, okay? So don't share this video. I'm kidding. Share the video. They're going to thrust a fertilizer shortage on us. There's not enough cow shit in the world or something. I don't know what it is. But yeah, they're going to thrust a fertilizer shortage upon us. And this is going to cause food inflation, which is going to be a big issue. It's already an issue. I think you know that. But this fertilizer crisis, the lack of shit issue, is is going to be blamed for food inflation or the surging price of food. Okay, so just be ready for that. A couple of other things you need to be ready for. Consumer spending is going to continue to move higher. Again, why? Inflation. People are dumping dollars. They're dumping them faster and faster as the dollar loses purchasing power. So there's a few things that you need to pay attention to. With regard to this fertilizer shit shortage, okay, that's going to start rearing its ugly head pretty soon. And it's really going to start taking root moving closer into next year. So food shortages, surging food prices. So be ready because it's coming. And I want you to remember you heard it here first. Now, let's talk about some economic news. And I think this is going to be of no surprise to you. So I've explained to you for quite a while that the U.S. economy is in free fall. Despite the lies, the propaganda, the distractions, the fake news, the misinformation, the Fed chair, Powell, just said yesterday, the U.S. economy is growing at its fastest pace in years. This is a complete lie. Imagine that the Federal Reserve would lie. Oh, how does that work? Yeah. Well, the fact of the matter is, we just found out that third quarter GDP, was revised higher, but still a massive miss. Of course, it was unexpected. An unexpected miss with third quarter GDP. You see, no. The fact of the matter is, and you know it, our economy is cratering at its fastest pace on record as a percentage of GDP. It all depends on how you want to word this. You understand? But the fact of the matter is, yet again, okay, that as a percentage of GDP, our economy is in free fall, and there's no way to stop it. Okay, we're going to talk more about that too as we move forward here. Anyway, we found this out too, and I touched on, for those of you who subscribe to my free newsletter, okay, that's a hint, okay? There is a link in the description of this video to my free newsletter. I send out all kinds of things in my newsletter that you don't hear about here. So I'm going to urge you yet again, if you have not done it, subscribe to my free newsletter. It's really free, okay? And again, there is a link in the description of this video. We understand that the narrative is, home sales are continue to do well, and people are they're going out there and they're buying houses, and this proves, mind you, that our economy is strong. Well, what they're not telling you is home sales, yes, they are higher, but these are institutional investors buying entire freaking neighborhoods. Now, it's no secret. It shouldn't be to you at least, that BlackRock has been buying massive amounts of real estate as of late. BlackRock being a multinational, multi-trillion-dollar investment company. They're buying up real estate literally like there's no tomorrow. But what's really behind it? They are creating a society of renters or slaves. You understand? Look, this is a game. You all know that. I had a long conversation today with a friend of mine about how this is a game, and you got to play it. You got to understand what's happening here. So yeah, sure, home sales looking real good, great, but it's not the average guy and the average girl who are buying. They are renting, while institutions like BlackRock are buying it all. They're buying it all. So that should also tell you something, people. I really hope you're understanding that. And, it gets even worse though with regard to this home buying thing. They're buying homes that are actually within reach of, let's say, the average guy or the average girl. They're pricing them out of the market, and they're making them renters. Anyway, it's a slave society, people, and you all know it. So look, when you hear a piece of news or propaganda out of the propaganda ministry, really think about, what are they trying to sell you? What is the spin? What is the twist? Because nothing that they're going to tell you is real. It's all, again, as I have told you a million times, they are trying to convince you that what you're seeing is not real, but you got to know where to look. That's really what this is all about. You see, they think you're too stupid. They think you're too stupid to know where to look. I know that you're not too stupid. In fact, I think all of you are the smartest people out here on YouTube, and that's a fact. If you've been with me for any length of time, you know exactly what's going on. Some of you have been with me for freaking years. Let us move forward here in my little book that I wrote all kinds of things. So, we heard from the Federal Reserve today. People, let me get comfortable here real quick. Okay. In case you are not aware, The Federal Reserve is public enemy number one. Public enemy number one. That's a fact. Now, minutes from the Fed's last meeting are as follows here. I'm going to sum this up for you real quick because you can go read the report for yourself, the Fed minutes. It's really just open to the public, but this is what it comes down to. The Federal Reserve is expressing concern about the rising rate of inflation, which is dog shit. Okay, they don't care at all. They are deliberately creating inflation. Okay, you know what they're doing. They're issuing debt through one door. They're buying it back through another door. They're issuing debt through one door. They're buying it back through another door. I have told you for I don't know how long now, this process is massively inflationary, and we would eventually see what we're seeing now. Well, guess what? It's here now. Imagine my shock. So the Fed is expressing concern about the rising pace of inflation, and they will adjust monetary policy accordingly. Oh, now they went on to say that I'm reading this, the Federal Reserve will, if need be, raise rates faster. Well, how about no? Where's the proof that the market is laughing? Well, you can see it in the MMRI. This morning, before the Fed minutes today, the MMRI was about 101. All right. After the Fed minutes, the MMRI came down. Risk started to wane after the Fed minutes. Why? What the Fed said sounds very frightening to the market, doesn't it? Oh yeah, the Fed may adjust monetary policy. They're gonna actually taper. They're gonna actually start raising rates. The market is saying, no, you're not going to do that. And I'm going to tell you right now, as a major participant in this market, me, Greg Mannarino, time traveler, it's not going to happen. Okay, the Fed has no intention whatsoever. Let me say this a little more clearly. Whatsoever. Did you hear that? Of deviating from their current plan. The current plan is to be the lender and buyer of last resort, to own it all, to funnel dollars around the world to other central banks to buy assets with dollars. Massively inflationary. That's their goal. How many of you have been with me long enough, and I will read the comments, to have heard me say and do this? Are you ready? The Fed will inflate, and then inflate some more. I have said that exact thing with that same little hand gesture here, a little freaky hand thing, for years and years. And to say the least, Greg the time traveler has nailed it to the wall. You understand? I can't get over that time travel thing. Oh, Greg lost all credibility. He says a time traveler. Yeah, I have traveled through 56 years of time, you imbeciles, and so have you. Well, maybe not 56, maybe some more, maybe some less, whatever. Grow a brain cell. Maybe you can do that. Okay, so what else did I write here for you people? Oh. Sadly, people, and I mean this, I really mean this. Tomorrow, the market is closed for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I know for a fact that all of you out here, all of you, have just one thing to be thankful for. And I want you to focus on that, okay? Push out the negativity, focus on the positive, and your entire life is going to be better. Why do you want to carry around like a burden? Some of you, all of us, carry things around with us for years, decades, something that may have happened in the past. Well, tomorrow, you're going to let that go. How long do you want to carry that around with you? Me, I don't want to carry around anything with me that I don't really need to. And we need to let the past go. A lot of us do, okay? And it's important for you to move forward, to grow. Yes, we need to, unfortunately, go through things in life that are traumatic and burdensome, and sometimes we turn left when we really wanted to turn right, and whatever it might be, and that kind of weighs on people. Well, tomorrow, for Thanksgiving, trust Greg Mannarino on this. You're going to let it go. Tomorrow, not only are you going to be thankful for the things that you have, you're going to let the past go. Whatever burden you've been carrying around, it's gone after tomorrow. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, the market's closed tomorrow for Thanksgiving, and I am going to have a feast. Looking very forward to that. And I'm going to be with people I love and care about. And I love and care about all of you too. I really mean that. Like I said, some of you have been with me for a long, long time. And you know, this blog here, it's not just about a perspective on the market. It definitely transcends that. It goes on to other things too. You know, like I said, I have a significant amount of life experience, and I get to share things with all of you because of that. My best friend in the world is 98 years old. The wisdom that these people who live that long, these long livers, that they possess is astonishing. And we need to interact more with our elders and realize they have so much more to teach us because of their years, because they have traveled through time for quite a while. All right, anyway, look, before I go off the deep end with this, people, I'm going to leave today off like I do on Friday because you will not see me tomorrow. The market's closed. I only do these videos when the market is open, and Friday is a shortened trading day, but we'll cross Friday when we get to Friday. Okay, by that point, you've already let go of whatever burdens you might be holding. Some of you for years, you're going to let it go. You're going to let it go. You're going to forgive yourself. You understand? You're going to forgive yourself. It's a very hard thing to do. It's very hard, especially those of us that have a heart, those of us that have feelings, because we all screw up. We all make mistakes. We all do things that maybe we're not so proud of. And it's difficult. It's very difficult to forgive yourself. Believe me, I've been there many times. Truth. Anyway, so with that said, bring it in. Okay? People, love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable. I will see all of you Friday, okay, at the market open, and we're going to talk. We're going to sit back. We're going to relax. And we're going to be different people, too, because like I said, we're going to just, you know, have a new perspective on everything. I will see you.